Hello friends, today we are going to look on release procedure for purchasing document, and I hope this will be the part 1. We can take in part 2 as well. So as you know, release strategy it is required. We would like to say something on release strategy, why release strategy is required. It if you can compare to your home also. Suppose you want to have a BMW car, okay, which cost lakhs and crores of money, which I hope you don't have that amount of money, but you require that car. So in this case, what you can do is you first of all consult with your family head, that is your father. Okay. Now your father will be deciding whether you require the car or not. Okay. So if your father judges that yes, you require the car, then he will approve the amount of money. So likewise, it is similar to any company as well. Here in company, what happens when a purchase requisition is raised, it is to be released, and then that particular material comes to the company. Okay. So in this case, release strategy plays a very important role. Why? To avoid some mis uh, process. Okay. To avoid the mis process, we use the release strategy. So in release strategy, once a PR or purchase order is created, it is to be released first, and then next process is carried out. So first of all, friends, we will be looking on the path how to configure the release strategy. So for configuration, as you know, the T code is SPRO, which will be typing in the command line SPRO, and we will be pressing the enter. Next, after SPRO, we will be going to IMG section. Here, after IMG, we will be going to the materials management. Next, purchasing. For first, we will release. We will carry out the release strategy for purchase requisition, or we will configure the purchase requisition release strategy. So, next we will be going to the purchase requisition. Here we will be seeing release procedure. Again, drop down. So, friends, in purchase requisition, there is a in release procedure for purchase requisition, we see that there is a two process to configure release procedure or release strategy. First is setup procedure without classification. Second is procedure with classification. Now the difference is, suppose we are going to configure with the first option, that is setup procedure without classification. In lower level, you will be coming to know what is the difference. Now I am just telling you that without classification, in this an entity is there which is known as release group, which is not required in without classification. Okay. Now for procedure with classification, in this procedure we require the release group. Okay. So if an organization has created purchase requisition release strategy without classification, it can be moved to procedure with classification by just adding the release group. Okay. And same as vice versa. Okay. So now, in generic, all organization follow the procedure with classification. So we will be looking on procedure with classification as well. Again, we will be expanding. Now in this section, we have to do configure like edit characteristics, edit class, setup procedure with classification. In setup procedure with classification, if we execute, another window will be opening. Here release groups, release codes, release indicator and release strategies are to be configured. Workflow, it is a different entity, we don't look on this. So first of all we will be creating the characteristics. So here what is characteristics? In very generic characteristics, you keep in your mind, like when you want to hit the release strategy in purchase requisition, some conditions are required. Some conditions like if a purchase requisition is being created with document type NB and with plant XXX, if these two entity are there in the release strategy, there in the purchase requisition, then it will hit the release strategy. So in very generic, you keep in mind that characteristics are nothing but it is the conditions. Okay. So here we will be creating the conditions in edit characteristics. Here we execute it. This is the characteristics screen. Here we will be putting the characteristics for document type. This is the first condition we are taking. Okay. So the characteristics for document type we will be writing as Z underscore DOC. Z underscore DOC underscore type. Okay. Let us put it in caps lock. Z underscore doc underscore type. It's look better, right? So this is the one type of condition creating in the characteristics. Here we will be creating it. Now this characteristic has been created. Here we will be giving the description of the document type like DOCU in document type. Okay. Next, leave the characteristics group. Status, it will be released. Authorization group blank. Come to the format section. Data type. This characteristics, what is the data type? It will be always character format. Now how many characters are required for this document type? Minimum is 4. You can put as 4. Now the value assignment, keep it as always multiple value. Next, you go to the additional data. Here you put the table name as CEBAN, CBAN, and field name for document type is BSAT. Okay, that's all. You press enter. Format data taken from ABAP dictionary. Continue. Next, we will have to save this characteristics. Now system is showing characteristics Z document type has been saved. So we will be keeping this in notepad with the name characteristics, that is first characteristics is Z doc type. Okay. Now we will be taking the second characteristics